Iris fiber density and structural integrity. As we have just learned in Chapter 5, the iris fibers consist of blood vessels wrapped in a connective tissue sheath and make up the stroma or vascular layer of the iris. Iris fiber density is an indication of the structural integrity or strength of the body. Density in iridology is related to the closeness and depth of the weave of the fibers. Iridologists are able to determine a person's genetic constitutional strengths and deficiencies by the tightness and depth of the fibers. They can tell how well the person can react to illness by the shades of the fiber color from light or white to dark and black. Let's examine how. We have just reviewed in our last chapter how fiber separations reveal levels of genetic tendencies for organ deficiencies. Tight fibers represent areas of strong resiliency or the ability to resist illness. Loose fibers show less genetic strength. Now we're going to learn two important equations in iridology. The first equation is density equals resilience. Density equals resilience or resistance. How well can the body resist illness? This means that the denser or tighter the weave of iris fibers in a person, the stronger they will be throughout life. So for density, think about these very tight fibers. Density is a measure of a person's ability to work hard, decrease frequency of illness, and increase recuperative powers when they are ill. Physical resiliency is about our genetic makeup and our inherited strengths. It shows us the abuse capacity of the body. Resiliency is measured by the thickness and the depth of the iris fibers. The second equation that we are learning here is shading equals reaction. Shading equals reaction. How well can the body react to illness? Shading in the iris is caused by the depth of the fibers. The ability of the body to react to expel toxins is measured by the contrast of fibers from light to dark. Shading tells us about the level of vital force inherited in an organ. So here we see in these darker areas where there's less tendency to be able to kick toxins out or hold nutrients in. So the density has everything to do with the shading. Density equals how well a body can resist illness, how well they're going to bounce back if they get well, shows how resilient they are. And then if there's a lack of density, such as in these areas or in these areas, we're going to see shading from light to dark. And a lot of times, the farther the fibers are separated, the deeper and darker they're going to be in those areas. And those are the genetic deficiencies that that person has to work with. Shading equals how well a body can react. A very white or light area, they may be very reactive, such as in these white fiber areas, very reactive. And in the very dark areas, less ability to resist illness, expel toxins, or hold in nutrients.